Hi everyone, this is Abhinav from Phone Bunch and today we are unboxing the Motorola Moto E available for Rs 6,999 from Flipkart. The box is pretty minimalistic. At the back you do have some specifications. The display is 4.3-inch QHD resolution and it has a Corning Gorilla Glass 3 layer on it for scratch resistance. You also have a water resistant coating on it, 1980 mAh battery, Snapdragon 200 dual core processor with 1GB RAM, running Android 4.4.2, KitKat. The phone will get an update to the next version of Android as well. So let's go ahead and open up the box to have a peek inside. So folks, at the very top you can see the Moto E in black. We'll keep that aside for the time being while we see what else we get inside the box. So we get a white headset just like the Moto G. We checked these out. These sounded really great. Let's have a look. As you can see, these are not in-ear style, have a single button interface to end and receive calls and a silver pin. Next up, we have the wall charger. It's not USB, again just like the Moto G. It's a very sturdy wall charger. The cable is of really high quality. As you see, a very simple wall charger with a micro USB port right there. Then you have your usual documentation, a getting started guide, a user guide, as well as your warranty documents. So that's pretty much it. You do get one in Hindi as well. So smartphone users in India would be really happy with that. So that's everything you get inside the box. Now folks, this is the Motorola Moto E. In the front you have a 4.3-inch QHD display. On the left absolutely nothing. But you can see the dual tone design, at the top glossy, at the bottom matte, just like the Moto G. You have a secondary noise cancellation microphone right up top, as well as a 3.5mm audio jack. On the right you have the power lock and unlock button as well as a volume rocker. They are a bit hard to press, but they don't wobble even a little bit. At the bottom you have your micro USB data syncing and charging port. Moving to the back you have a 5 megapixel camera with no autofocus. Then you have your Motorola logo or the Motorola dimple, which has become a characteristic of Motorola phones. The back has a very nice matte finish and you can see it has a rounded design which makes it very easy to hold in the hand. Now let's open up the back cover. It's a bit difficult to get open. The back cover is really sturdy. There is not much flex in it. On the inside you have a 1980 mAh battery, which is again non-removable, just like the Moto G and the Moto X. On the right you have your two SIM card slots, SIM 1, SIM 2 and the micro SD card slot right there. So you can use up to 32 GB of micro SD cards with the phone. The insides are laid out perfect. There are no moving parts, just as it should be. The build quality of the phone is exceptional, and considering the Rs 6,999 price point, this is probably the best built phone you can get. So you can see that your fingers always rest on the buttons. Perfect ergonomics. Now let's boot up the phone for the very first time. Phone started booting up. Let me remove this plastic sheet so that you can see the display better. So you have a 4.3-inch QHD display that's 540 by 960 pixels, 256 ppi. At the top you have some sensors as well as the main earpiece. There's no front facing camera, and here you have the speakerphone in the front, the perfect placing always on a phone. The phone is still booting up. So it's powered by a Snapdragon 200 dual core processor clocked at 1.2 GHz with Adreno 302 GPU. So the phone has booted up. I'll just come back after setting it up. So folks, here we are at the home screen. As you can see, it's a very stock Android experience. You have on-screen buttons, Android 4.4.2 KitKat. So you have your translucent navigation as well as status bar. The display has excellent viewing angles and it looks really sharp. The colors are accurate. They are quite saturated. The brightness seems perfect and you have auto brightness. So you have your light sensor available on the phone too. Now let's get into settings. This is a dual SIM phone. So you can see from right here, it's the Moto E running Android KitKat. And Motorola has promised that it will get the next Android version as well whensoever it is released. Let's get back into settings. Have a look at storage. So you can see from right here, we have 2.16 GB of internal storage available out of 4 GB. And you can add up to 32 GB using your micro SD cards. Now let's get into apps, running information. So you can see from right here, 400 MB is currently being used, 515 MB is free, So you have total of about 915 MB that's available out of 1 GB to the system. That's pretty much about settings. No major changes here. It's a very stock Android experience as you see. The stock launcher. Very few apps come pre-installed. You just have the Motorola Assist as well as Moto Migrate. Great additions there. The phone performs quite well as you see, and the display looks absolutely sharp. There are no jagged edges to any of the icons and no pixelation whatsoever. The viewing angles of the display are good too. It's a bit heavy, but then again it has a 1980 mAh battery. Let's have a look at the camera interface. This is the default Motorola camera, which you have seen in the Moto G as well as the Moto X. On the left you have several settings including HDR, and you have an EV bracket mode as well. We'll take a look at the camera of the phone later on. Now coming back to its features, it has a brilliant display with Corning Gorilla Glass 3 protection for scratch resistance as well as water repellent coating, and the phone looks really neat. It's great to hold in the hand as well, perfect ergonomics, and it performs brilliantly too. At Rs 6,999, this is the best phone that you can get today in India. It has exceptional build quality and promise of the next Android update. We'll be back with more on the Moto E. Till then you can watch our unboxing of the Moto G Dual SIM as well as the unboxing of the Xperia E1, which uses the same processor, and the review of the Canvas Doodle 3 from right here. If you have any questions, just hit us in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Thanks for watching and have a great day.